Dobra. Granie, okej. Już jesteśmy. Dobra, żebym ja teraz niczego tutaj nie pokićkał. Pedro, let me start this meeting on Polish language. Okay.
Yes, of course.
After that, I give you the voice.
Yeah.
And
I apologize. My Polish is not very good, so I apologize for that.
That's not
Just
problem. But you can try. You can
I've got to listen first. I've got to listen first, and then I'll try.
Okay. We'll do that later when I. We will try. Piotr, yeah.
Yeah, it will be first lesson.
Yes, today's the first lesson.
Or we will do that personally next year during the festival, next festival.
Of course.
We are planning to come. We are planning to come to your place. So we will talk about it later.
Cool. Definitely.
Okay, that's nice. Kochani, bardzo miło mi Was powitać na drugiej z serii, w tym roku prawdopodobnie ostatniej roomów z Madery. No nie będę ukrywał, że na ten moment chyba jest to jedna z moich chyba najulubieńszych destylarni na Maderze, patrząc przez pryzmat wszystkiego tak naprawdę, i produkcji, i tego, jak destylat smakuje, i historię, jakie mi opowiadał Pedro podczas destylarni, więc pod tym względem byłem naprawdę zachwycony. Dzisiaj będziemy korzystać ze zdjęć, które ja robiłem i filmików, które ja nagrywałem. Próbowałem dzisiaj przez pół dnia coś z tych zdjęć wymodzić, dlatego że Pedro sprzęt, który miał się popsuł i musiał odesłać na ląd, się okazuje, że gdzieś tam nie było możliwości naprawy tego na Maderze. Gdybym wiedział, że tak będzie, to bym pewnie porobił to zdjęcie trochę inaczej, trochę więcej, z większą ilością szczegółów, ale jest jak jest. Myślę, że powinno nam to dać wystarczający obraz tego, jak tam wygląda, plus opowieści Pedra, więc mam nadzieję, że będziecie się świetnie bawić. Spotkanie nie powinno potrwać więcej niż 1,5 godziny w części oficjalnej, potem troszeczkę ploteczek, ponieważ miejsce, w którym jestem, muszę zwolnić dość szybko dzisiaj, więc nie możemy dzisiaj do późnych godzin nocnych balować, jak niektórzy z Was chcieliby. Tak więc zaczniemy, ok? Pedro, the turn is yours. Tell us if you can everything what you can tell us about you, about your history, about history of distillery, your family, the whole process you do, this which we have in our glasses tonight.
Okay, well, depends what you've got in your glasses, because who's drinking what and what's so I can drink with you guys. I don't like drinking alone.
Okay.
What's the first one that you're drinking?
It's up to you. You know, you have to tell us. I have my imagination what we should start with, which rum we should start.
I always like to start with the white.
Okay, which one? We have 2 white rums tonight. Okay, this one. Okay, you have also this one, but we have also this one. Can you see that?
Yes. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You still got that bottle. Oh, wow.
We have 2 unaged rums. So which one we should start then?
Well, when I have guests, I always start with this one, the 45, the limited edition. Basically, it's unaged, but it does rest for 2 years minimum in the stainless steel. I like having it rested. Just brings out more flavor out of it. So it's obviously agricole rum. I don't think I need to explain agricole rum to you guys. I'm sure you guys know agricole rum. Basically, I produce 300 tons of sugarcane a year, which is about 18,000 liters of rum. Most of it goes for Porsche. Unfortunately, I have to curate budget. So about 12,000 liters go for the local market here, where they buy and they make Porsche, and then I try and age at least 5 or 6,000 liters every year. So, but obviously this is the white, which is, to me, is lovely, nice for cocktails, nice, neat, very fruity. Oh, that's actually quite good. Yeah. Okay. What else do you want to know? Distilleries outside. Actually, Sebastian, if you move aside, yeah, there you go. For those that don't know, those are my 2 columns over there on Sebastian's back, where I am supposedly.
So give me a second. I have some pictures of your distillery around around your building, so I can show these pictures.
Okay, and I can give you like a little.
Give me a second. I did something wrong. Okay, this one. So I can do that now if you want. Okay.
Yeah,
give me a second.
And I'll go as I go along. I'll explain. Okay.
Can you see this?
Yes. Okay. So basically, that's the entrance to my lovely distillery. Okay. So like as you can see,
picture is changing or not?
Yeah, it's changing.
Okay.
Okay. So this is my 2 of my men. Obviously, everything is freshly squeezed. So sugarcane we get from all the farmers around the island. This is we got one crushing machine at the moment, but we are buying a second one so we can extract a little bit more, not too much, because I don't want to extract the green. I just want to extract the juice. So we're getting a second mill, and we will be extracting twice. But at the moment, it's just 1 mill. And yeah, so next picture. Okay, yeah, this is my drive yard. This is where I park my car when I'm not squeezing sugarcane. We get about 40 tons a week because of space. It's very limited, so we try and process it as quick as possible. So as it gets here, we squeeze it. This is actually quite okay. So this is my distillery. On the left is my boiler, the 2 pots, okay, and then the last 2 pots is the condenser and the rectifier. But basically, the juice goes in the 2 middle pots, the sugarcane juice that's fermented, boils, cools off, and goes into the other 2, the rectifier and the distillery. As you can see, the boiler is wood, okay. We're very small batch. These are actually called Portuguese alambiques. They made in Portugal, and I bought it. My dad bought it 42 years ago as a hobby, as a pastime, and then in the last 11 years, I've turned it into a small little business. We produced, like I said, first year we produced 600 liters, 800 liters. This year we produced 18,000 liters, so growing steadily. There is going to be a huge shortage of sugarcane very soon, which is not good for us, but we'll deal with that when it happens.
Okay. Next picture.
Next picture, please.
Yeah. Oh, I like this.
Okay, so that's me at work. That's my wood. Yeah, I go through quite a bit of tons of sugarcane wood. My idea is to actually eventually, maybe in about 4 or 5 years, the biomass of the sugarcane turn it into biomass, and the leftovers of the sugarcane turn it into biomass, and actually use it also to burn to fuel my boilers, which could save me a bit of money. Okay, next. Okay, yeah, that's my mill. It's it's a Frankenstein actually. It's got parts of everywhere, from South Africa, from Madeira, There's a piece there that's actually over 100 years old. So, you know, it's my dad's Frankenstein, let me put it that way. The sugarcane on the bundles, and to the last picture on the right is basically the fermentation tanks where we ferment the sugarcane.
I have a
Juice.
question here
Yes.
from Thomas. How long the fermentation takes? How many days?
2 to 3 days. Mostly 3 days. Seldom 4 days. I keep an eye on it, but usually it's a good 3 days.
And is it with closed tanks, or do you
Yeah,
allow
it's not. I don't close it. It's got like a little. If you actually zoom in, you can see there's a little latch, and I let it breathe. I can't close it because then it might explode. So I don't close it completely. But it's got basically I don't know, a 50 centimeter radius of breathing space.
But my question was rather, do you allow any wild yeast?
No. Well, if it falls in, it's gonna ferment. But it's closed off. So I use bread yeast, you know, your bakery normal yeast, just to initiate. Once it's initiated, then I don't put any more yeast.
Okay, thank you.
How many days?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, next picture or not?
Yeah, next picture, yeah. Okay. Wow, geez, you got busy, huh? You took some nice photos. Okay, so basically that's on the picture on the left is the sugar cane. As you can see, my growing concern with the mill, because it's 100 years old. Sorry, I'm gonna go to the next rum because I'm getting a bit thirsty here. Have you guys got the 3-year-old cask strength, which is my new favorites? Cask strength, 62%. Have you got it? I'm not sure if you've got that one.
No.
No. Okay, so go
which
for
one?
3-year-old.
You mean age one or not?
Age 3 years.
3 years old, 54.4 or 50, 52.6.
50. You got a 52.6.
1.2.
Where did you get a 52.6?
That's the 6-year-old, not 3-year-old.
Yeah, 3-year-old.
Yeah, 6-year-old. Sorry.
Yeah, the 6-year-old's the last one.
54.4 and 61.2.
61.2. Yes, that's it. I like going for that straight for that one. I can see you. Normally the rum geeks, the rum nerds, don't even bother with the 45s. It's usually 60s and above, or 58s and 59s. The 45s usually it's more for the local, for the bars and everything. I don't usually give out. I don't even bother drinking that. I usually drink the 62s, 61, 62s. Going back to the pictures. Okay, so basically, as you can see on the left picture, if you zoom in, that's a sugar cane, and I find that I can extract a little bit more juice. I really think that the sugar cane should be squeezed a little bit more. That's why I'm hoping that with the second squeeze, I can maybe increase production by 0.5. I'm predicting a 0.5 production, which doesn't sound like a lot, but on 10,000 liters, it's an extra 500 liters. So it helps a lot.
What is the benefit? You said it should be squeezed by a lot. Like, you mean there's no downside and it can be squeezed more, or there is some benefit from the second squeeze?
I'm hoping there will be definitely a second benefit from the second squeeze, but more than that, I will not do. I will never do. Did you go to the other distilleries? You did, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw that they squeezed like endlessly times. I mean, it was like, I think it was 4 or 5 times. And eventually what they're squeezing, they're just squeezing the stems, they're not squeezing anything. They're not getting anything out of it. Okay, they just, I don't know why they're pressing and squeezing to such an extent. And I think that's where my rum becomes a little bit superior to theirs. whereas I'm fermenting pure sugarcane juice, whereas they're just fermenting water with the
Wood chips.
the leaves, the wood chips. There you go, the wood chips. Well put.
But like, is the noticeable difference between second squeeze and the first squeeze in terms of the taste and effect?
I don't think so. The reason being that my mill is quite old, and I feel I've done the test where I had a bit of time and I squeezed it on the same press. You know, so I squeezed a bunch, and then I put it through a second time, and I was getting a little bit more juice, and that is basically money that I'm throwing away. Yeah. So it's boils down to business, and hopefully I can keep the quality, and I'm pretty sure I can keep the quality exactly the same, but it just brings more rum to be sold.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean that's usually that's my idea, to increase production. Ideally, look, ideally 4 or 5%, but I don't think so. I calculate about 0.5% in total, so in results, which is quite good. Okay, so middle picture, basically you got that's a 10,000 liter tank. That's my fermentation tank. It's got a jacket, so I warm up my sugarcane to help the fermentation. The truck, basically a farmer the right picture, you can see it better. That's a truck. He's a farmer. He's got cattle, pigs, and sheep and cows, and basically he takes the leftover for now, does me the favor, gets rid of it, he gives it to his cattle. I'm hoping to change it into biomass, but not in the next 2-3 years. It's quite a bit of an investment. So, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, next picture.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yes.
Okay, now you have my lovely collection. Left picture, you've got what looks like Peter Holland's brand, and is it the cognac cask? I think that's a cognac cask, which is sold out completely. Middle one is I also make gin. For those that know, gin is quite a simple thing to do. No real art to it. So when I'm not busy with making rum, March, April, and May, I do gin. Keeps the finances a little bit alive, as everything is very expensive. So it helps with the finance a little bit.
Are people on Madeira buying gin? Is it the thing there?
Yeah, I'm happy with the sales at the moment. But if you know gin, then you know it's all about the marketing. Gin costs you 5 years to make, and you have to spend about 10 years to market your product. So I haven't done much marketing. There's currently there, I think there's 3 gins in Madeira, from Madeira. But I mean, if I'm sure in Poland, anywhere, any country's got about 30-40 gins, type of gins that everybody's got gin. So I'm concentrating only in the market here.
What is the basis for the gin?
I use sugarcane alcohol, but it's not my own sugarcane alcohol. I buy it. I buy out the sugarcane alcohol. It's much cheaper. Then I have mine's citrus concentrated. So it will be lemon, limes, oranges, pineapple, grenadilla, sugarcane, and something missing. Oh, pitangas. I don't know if you know pitangas. It's one of the local fruits here. Okay, next picture if there's my aging barrels. Okay, so you've got the first and second, which is the second one shows you a nice picture of the regulations that the requirements. I can't touch the rum. Not allowed to touch the rum. It's government controlled, so that I get a subsidy, which is fair. You got to control it. Well, they control it. They bring it out. They seal it. And then only in 3 years, I don't know why, but every 3 years, rum is aged 3-year intervals in Madeira, which is strange. I mean, you see rums of 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, but here in Madeira, it has to be 3, 6s, and 9s, and 12s, and so on. The beauty next door, the 660 liter, that's going to be my next 6-year-old. It's been aged for 3 years in the normal Madeira wine, and now it's been in this one. It's got a lovely history. This barrel used to belong to a giant of a man who used to make very good wine. So I'm hoping that the rum will be a very good rum coming out of there. 606 liters, so it's going to be a single barrel, single cask strength that works on it. The angel share, if you guys are interested, is about 15%, 15 to 20% for 3 years. So in 3 years, I will lose about 15%.
So what will happen if, I don't know, you need to bottle rum after 4 years of putting it, waiting in a barrel, aging it in a barrel? Would it be then marked as a 3 years old rum, or?
If it's officially 4 years, I can do it. But for me to do a 4-year-old, for example, I would have to take it out of the 3-year cycle. Okay, so basically I'll put it for 3 years. Okay, after 3 years, it's fine. And then I will tell IBAM I want to do it for another 3 years. Okay, the IBAM is the institute that regulates the rum. And then if I say after 1 year that I want to take it out, I will be penalized. I will have to return the money, that the subsidy, and for the next year I will not be able to age. So there's no interest in me taking it out.
I see.
What I can do is call it 3 years. I've actually never thought of that, but maybe if I ask them to seal it but not to age it, well, just to age it but not to make it official, I suppose I could call it a 4-year-old, but I've never tried. I'm not sure if you can do it. But yeah, basically the regulations is 3, 6, 9s, and 12s.
Okay.
Nice.
Pedro, you told me quite beautiful story about this big barrel from this big guy.
Yes.
Can you tell us this story, because it was awesome for me, and in the same time, can we try the next rum or not?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to try? What have you got there? You tell me.
I tried already the first one, 45%. Which one should be the next? Guardiente or this Madeira wine cask finish, 45?
Yeah, go for the Madeira wine cask finish. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, the 45 is diluted. So my average pot still is 60s, 61, 62s. So the average that comes out of the pot is about 60s. And then I age it at 60, and then I will dilute it to 45. It's nice. It's a little bit too weak for me. I think I'm becoming a bit of an alcoholic. I like my rum a bit too much. I like my stronger stuff now. In fact, you didn't get to see, but well, I did it this year. At the end of the year, I've got a 80% white that I'm going to bottle very soon. So 80% should be, it's actually quite nice. It's obviously very potent, but I'm letting it rest a bit. But it should be interesting when it comes out eventually.
When I was visiting your distillery, I had the pleasure to try the fresh distillated one from this silver can here. How strong was it? Like, or is usually?
Usually it's 60, but I think I gave it to you at about 70, 75, if I'm not mistaken. It was quite a strong. Yeah,
yeah, that explains why I don't remember how much was it. Could be. Yeah. I thought that it was around 80, so could be this one. Yeah.
My job was done then.
But it was still smooth, which was kind of scary. To be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit scary. There's been a bit of a demand for it. It will be very small, 210 liters, so maybe about 350 bottles, and just to see if people enjoy it. Sorry, going back to the barrel. So basically, this the 660 liter that you see there, it was owned by this, what do you call him? He was like an important man, nobleman in our village about 60 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, and everybody feared him. You know, he was like, imagine two of your fingers. That's one of his fingers. He was a big man, huge hands. You know, everyone was afraid to get a clap from him because he was just quite a mean person. Anyway, he had some of the best rum in the world. Wine. And everybody used to have his wine. So when he passed away, the house went for sale, and I saw the barrels was up for sale, so I had to grab them. So I managed to get two. So, and that's the one that I'm gonna honor him with his name on it. See if he appreciates it. Any more pictures?
Oh, this is the view from your, yeah.
Yeah, my terrible view from my work. You know, I have to walk to work. So it's I live upstairs, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know. So yeah, that's my view. Doesn't do it justice. I can actually show you if you guys will check my. This is what I walk out to.
Second, I will stop the sharing.
Let me see if I can.
And
How the hell do I? There you go. So basically, that's where you saw the sugar cane. This is my poor view, you know. So basically, so my mill's also gone for a service. So that's the mill's been taken out. Okay. So there's my warehouse. That's my view. Plane coming now. Yosha.
oj, obawiam się, że chyba coś z internetem poszło nie tak. Oj, oj, oj.
Tak, to różnie bywa na modelu z internetu.
Plane.
Come back to the house. You lost your internet.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry.
Oh, that's better.
Sorry.
Ojejku, gdzie on uciekł, bidulek? Jest. Pedro, you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, it's getting better. It's
Sorry,
getting,
my bad.
I'd want to switch the camera from like showing us your laptop to showing us your face.
There you go. Sorry.
Yeah, that's better.
So, sorry, what was the next drink? Are you drinking the 45? So 45.
I don't know, aguardiente de caña or one of these aged rums.
I like my aged rums. The aguardiente can show me that bottle again.
I
Oh wow!
see that.
I can't believe that survived. Yeah, that's a very that's one of my very good. I don't have any of that. I don't have that bottle anymore. How did you get? Well, that's an old one. When were you here?
Once again,
How long ago were you here?
I bought it last month.
From where?
Somewhere in Belgium, probably.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
remember. Probably from there, or
Oh,
maybe
wow.
I don't remember. But yeah, I know they have some bottles more, so probably I'll buy more bottles because this is super nice rum.
It is. For a white rum, it's a bloody lovely rum. It's
What's the
one of my
difference
first.
actually between aguardiente 50% and special edition 45? Just the strength or the
No, just a
process?
strength. Just a strength.
okay.
Aguardente is a Portuguese. It's a Portuguese word for fire water. So basically, you know, brandy, which is from grapes, is aguardente de bagaço, which is aguardente de uva. So basically, fire water of grapes. So we'll have fire water of sugarcane. But you know, we're trying to educate the locals that the proper wording is rum. It's just much easier for us to educate them and to explain to tourists, you know, rum. You know, instead of sitting
Is
there
it just
explaining.
old people or young as well?
Everybody, nobody knows. Very, very few people understand rum in Madeira. Very, very few. It's not a common thing to understand what rum is. They think rum and aguardente is two different things. So it's a bit of a process.
And why is there like such big culture of like controlling and like all the standards if rum is not a big thing in the population?
The control is more for the poncha. We're very, very protective of our poncha, so we need rum. But about 6 years ago, if you told them that if you told the bartender that you've got rum to sell him, he was going to look at you and say, no, thank you, I don't want that. But if you tell him aguardente de cana, they'll buy it right away. But now it's changing. Now they've understood, you know, it's rum and aguardente de cana is exactly the same thing.
You said there are regulations for poncha. Does it mean if someone, for example, adds vodka to poncha, they can be reported to government and get fined? It's illegal to do like fake poncha?
Unfortunately, not yet. We have been trying to. We have been lobbying. You know, when I go to a bar and the guy tells me he uses vodka, I say thank you very much and I'll leave. But unfortunately, you know, I mean, what can you really do? If the man owns the bar, he can do whatever he wants with it. You know, we try to educate them. I always educate the customers here. You know, I get a lot of visits from France and from Poland. Actually, a lot from Poland. I think Poland's the second most after France that come and visit me. And I always, you know, try to educate them and said, like, you know, don't drink poncha from any bar. You know, poncha is it must be made with rum. It has to be on the spot. You know, because a lot of bars use vodka. And
how the client would know? Like, you sit at the table and they bring you something that's the right color, and how would you know that it's proper? I mean, like, you can taste it kind of, but if they, for example, mix rum and vodka 50-50 to make it cheaper, how would you know?
You can't, honestly, unless me or a few of the people that understand rum or Porsche. You really can't. You'd have to sit by the bar. That's what I do. I sit by the bar.
Okay. So you encourage us to be the inspectors.
Yes, yes.
And
definitely.
report to you the bad bars.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, no, unfortunately, you know, like, you know, it's you'll quickly find out that he's used vodka the next day. When you're hangover, you know, if you drink quality rum, I'm not saying just mine, but I mean like any good rum, and you put it in the poncha and you compare it to a cheap vodka that they use, you will have a headache the next day. Guaranteed.
Well,
Guaranteed.
I did have a headache from like proper Madeiran rum, but I think it was a bottle in one evening. But it was proper Madeiran rum.
Okay. Yeah, look, I'm talking.
I think it might have even been the one that Chris was saying, like the whole bottle of the Reizinho, like in one evening with water, there is still hangover the next day, and there was definitely no vodka there.
Yeah, look, I'm talking about 3 or 4 or 5 ponchas, not the whole bottle.
Okay.
Well, how about we go for the 6-year-old? Everybody ready for the 6-year-old? My favorite.
But like, are we skipping the cognac and Madeira Casson?
The cognac I don't have anymore. So you guys go on ahead with the cognacs. The cognac was also a very nice success. I can speak about the cognac. If you can see the color, one thing that I don't do is add color. There is no additives. It's unadulterated.
Pedro,
Yes, sir.
can I ask you something? You just told us that we should drink cognac barrels. Yeah, cognac cask finish.
Yes.
And we should start from this one. Yeah.
Now, yes.
Now, yes, because we have also Madeira one cask finish, 57.5.
That's the white one, the yellow one.
Or we have
9 months.
Yeah.
9 months. Okay, no, rather have that 9 months first.
Okay.
Have the 9 months first. Sorry,
Do we have 9 months?
it's the yellow one.
Oh, the Madeira finish is like white rum finish. That's why you don't put
9 months.
eggs.
It's technically it's yeah, that's the one. Piro, that's the one. Technically, it's considered a white rum because I can't. It has to be natural. Technically, it's natural, so there is a little leeway to the color. So that's the darkest it can go. Anything darker, and I won't be able to bottle it as a natural white. Okay, very nice rum. It's a nice little runaway success because you get the freshness of the white rum, and you're already getting ideas of the yellow of the cask, Madeira wine cask. So you got both worlds into one bottle. I had huge success here locally because of the pricing. Very good pricing. It was I was selling it there for 25 euros, and so it was, you know, unfortunately, Portugal is the dump of Europe. You know, Portugal's the joke of Europe. So we got the minimum salary. The Portuguese don't earn enough. So when I priced the bottle for 25 euros, it was a lovely gift for the people. And at 57.5, it's a very nice way to get drunk. So, you know, everybody, it's a cheap way of getting drunk, basically. So, yeah. And I mean, I've actually almost sold out. I think I got like about 15, 20 bottles left. So I will be doing the next batch soon. But yeah, very, very nice success. Simple white, basically, with your, you know, your barrel's influence in it.
But it's intended to be sipped, not like a poncho or something. It's intended to be drunk neat, right?
Yes. At 57, definitely neat. Maybe a little bit chilled. Maybe a hint of water, just a drop or two. Completely against ice, but you know, everybody can do what they want. I usually have those ice cubes that don't dilute in plastic or in metal. That's the ice I use if I want it chilled, because the minute you put ice, you're completely throwing away the taste of the rum.
Cool stuff, heavily recommended. But also, like, I did the test, and the metal ones are much better than the granite ones. Granite land ones are useless. Don't get the stones, get the metal ones.
Okay. I actually got the plastic ones with the water where you just put them in the freezer, but I haven't seen.
These are also actually water inside. There's like metal inside, because metal like does not store the heat or coldness. So basically, the metal ones would be very bad. Like the granite ones are bad. This is water, but inside metal. Just like you don't want like kind of plastics in your drink, like just in case.
Unfortunately, I keep looking for those. I can never find those. You know, Madeira. I live in the island. You know, we're very limited with what we have.
Okay,
unfortunately.
next time one of us is going to you, we'll bring you the metal.
Done.
For sure, we bring your present.
Yes.
In my opinion, if you add anything to this rum, you have to be punished. Anything, because it's so good, neat. So yeah, don't do that. Don't put anything inside.
Otherwise, alternative to poncha, I think white rum from Madeira from the sugarcane works well with a lot of water, like 5 times water as the rum, and you get something like a beer strength. That's when it's called like very refreshing and maintains most of the taste.
I discovered this year T-Ponche. I don't know if you guys have heard of T-Ponche. I mean, I think the 57 works lovely as a T-Ponche.
Yeah.
You know, because it brings out the flavor. It's strong. So you know, you're putting a little bit of, just a little hint of the sugar, the simple syrup, and then the lime on it. It just, I think the 57 is brilliant with the T-Punch. Yeah,
People
no,
they can
definitely.
get daiquiri with different proportions.
Exactly. Daiquiri also very nice. I love my daiquiris. I haven't had one in a while.
For me, for sure, the best daiquiri on your rums are will be with aguardiente. Aguardiente is for me
Definitely.
the best daiquiri. I tried it already, and probably I will use it in the next competition, daiquiri competition, probably. So we will see. I think it is really good.
I actually, for the Rum Fest this year, I actually used the daiquiris, but I was making strawberry daiquiris because I just didn't have time for the lemons. But I mean, every once in a while, I'd make a lime daiquiri, and I mean, it's amazing. If you have the time for a lime daiquiri, it's the best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we go to the next one. Yes or not?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the 6-year-old.
Let me check with which pictures we already talked about. Okay,
Yes.
we use all the pictures, and I have also a movie, but I have to check. I put it on my YouTube channel, so I have to check. Is it ready already? But we'll do that in the end of this meeting. Okay. So now, yeah, the turn is yours.
Cognac. Sorry, you're gonna get it for the cognac now.
Okay.
Okay. So like I said, the cognac, if you see it, it's, you know, if you compare it to my other 3-year-olds by the color, obviously the cognac, I couldn't put it on the label, but I can tell you it was a Hennessy cognac barrel. So, you know, Hennessy was they use white grapes. So obviously the color of the rum, you can see it's much lighter than my Madeira wine ones. Obviously, the reason being the barrel is lighter.
Why you couldn't put it on the label? This information.
I would have to ask permission for me to use the word Hennessy on it, and they wouldn't want it. You know, they're a huge brand, so
Yeah.
they wouldn't allow me. I don't think they would allow. I didn't even try. I don't think they would allow me. And then no, it just wasn't worth it.
I'm curious, how does it look like buying barrels, especially for such a big brand like Hennessy? Was it easy? Were they keen to do it, or it's like you need to know someone that knows someone that will maybe organize it? Or
the second part, it was actually
Okay.
it was Justina's. I don't know if you've heard of Justina's Madeira wine. They're the biggest Madeira wine producers in Madeira, but they export mostly to France. They actually French owned, and I mean they produce a huge amount of Madeira wine, and they organized the barrels. And he asked me if I wanted to have 2 barrels for 3 years, and I'm like, sure, of course. So they actually not my barrels. I had to give them back. I don't want to give it back to him, but I had to give it back to him. And I did ask him if he had more, but he hasn't got it at the moment. But I am on basically a waiting list. If he gets anything else like that, I definitely want to have barrels again. So yeah, no, I believe it was quite hard for him to get it, but he wanted me to have it for a little bit. So I was very, very grateful for it.
Story. So and other barrels, how you got them? If you could tell us, or
Yeah. Let me just show you the barrels. Let me see if I can show you. Why doesn't it show the barrels? Like, there you go. So basically, above my head, these barrels, for example, these 8 barrels, are all Justinas. So I didn't pay for them. They lent to me. These ones over here, Please let me know if I get cut out. These ones I own. I've been buying over the years. Okay. There's my 660 beauty. Okay. And then some of these, these are all also from Justina's. And then I've got another room with more rums. They basically, I would say I've got about 60 barrels. 30 are mine and 30 are Justina's. It's a huge investment, the barrels. So it's a big problem for me. So I'm very fortunate that I can borrow from Justina's. He gets the benefit, but I get the benefit more. I mean, he gets a nice barrel with rum cleaned up and everything. I get not to have to lay out that kind of money. Last time I checked, a barrel will be €1 to the liter. So if it's 350 liters, it's €350. So you can imagine, you get 10 barrels, it's €3,500 that you have to invest. So it's a lot of money for a small business like mine. And then the cognac, and the more fancy you go, the more you pay. So I mean, I checked. It was a cognac at that stage. It was about another 50 to 100 euros more than normal. So I'm, like I said, I'm very fortunate that Justina's is quite a very nice guy, very approachable, and he lends me the barrels, takes them back. I'll fund him this year. I'll say, look, I need another 10 barrels. He says, no problem, and and I go fetch it. So barrels is a huge help. But again, my space is the biggest problem. As you can see, it's like I don't have space, and I need to find some more space because I want to really age more rum.
If you need more place, I can help, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
Okay, nice. Okay, the next one.
And how many times you use each barrel?
Every 3 years, I'll switch barrels. So what I do is all my barrels at the moment are all first filled. So I'll get barrels from Justina's, fresh, that we had Madeira wine. I'll use it for 3 years, and then I'll give it back to him, and I'll get new ones. My old barrels, if usually after I use them for 3 years, I will keep it with Madeira, my own Madeira wine for 3 years, for 6 months. And so in the next year, I will use it again. So my barrels will always have a first full of rum. I have my own Madeira wine, which I don't sell. Basically, I made 3,000 liters of Madeira wine. I keep it there, and whenever it goes from barrel to barrel. So if I empty out the barrels this year, the next year I'll have it for 6 months to a year in the barrel.
And it's always from Justino's.
Sorry?
And it's always from Justino's.
Yes, Justino's and my own barrels. Yeah, it's not common to hear, Justino's or any company just lending you the barrels, but it comes out from the family friends that my dad is, and very fortunate.
And the process for your own Madeira wine, like it's like aged for some time before you put the stuff in, or how long?
Not really. I mean, Madeira wine's pretty basic. You put your sugar, you ferment it with the sugar, excess sugar when the wine is fermenting. So you excess it, and then you just let it go. Once it's gone, it's done its cycle, it's ready. So ours is quite nice, quite potent. We add a bit of alcohol to it. So I made the mistake of doing a drinking session with Madeira wine. I said never again. The headaches are just not worth it. I'm too old for that shit. I'd rather drink rum slowly.
And do you keep it in a warm place, like the usual Madeira places, do at the top of the house to give a lot of heat, or the Madeira wine?
The Madeira wine. Oh, the Madeira wine. Yes, it's the warehouse that I've got outside. It's sheets, metal sheets. So it does create a greenhouse effect. So it does not. It does help it a lot.
And how long do you keep the wine in the barrel before putting in the rum?
Well, I have to time it, so like I can't have it more than a year because when I age it, it's every 3 years, but it's only in February. I have January and February to put it into barrels. So January and February, I'll put it into barrels, and then I have to take it out of barrels also in January and February. So once I take it out, I'll put Madeira wine inside for at least until November, and then December I'll prepare it for the next time, for the next section. So,
And do you reuse the wine?
always, it's always the same wine. Now, I've had the same wine for the last 10 years.
Oh, so it's like wine aged for 10 years, kind of.
Pretty much aged wine, yeah, pretty much. It's quite nice. Next time you guys come here, remind me, and I'll give you something to drink.
Cool.
You guys coming in April? Who's coming in April? Everybody coming in April?
Yeah,
I hope so.
to 21 April,
16 to 21.
16 or 15. I don't remember. 16 or 15. Yeah.
The other. Okay, so you're coming before that.
I already talked with Ibam, so with Patricia, yes. So
Patricia.
16 till 21st. Hi, Pedro.
Hello, Martha. How are you?
Good.
I was wondering when you were going to talk.
Let me just have a few more sips and I'll get back to you.
So yeah, we will come for sure. I have
Excellent.
some guys who want to join our trip next year. So yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Expect a visit, no problem.
Yeah.
It's funny, I get to the month of June and I'm just like, oh God, I'm so tired of the sugarcane. I've had enough. And then July goes and it's, holidays with the kids and everything. And then August starts and I'm like, okay, I miss it. Can I have sugarcane season back, please? So sugarcane, I can't wait for it. Now it's like, enough already. I want to go back to squeezing. It's like I'm in my element. I just love my job, very fortunate to love my job. So
Speaking
really
about sugarcane, I remember when you told me when I was visiting your place that farmers at Madeira, they are not that keen to plant and harvest sugarcane because it's more challenging and problematic, and it's much less work with bananas. Yeah, so
there's this myth. It's if you put it on the scale, it actually balances out more or less the work of a sugarcane and the bananas. The problem is, I don't want to be ugly to the farmers, but farmers are quite simple people. So what happens is the sugarcane, it's harvested once. So let's say you harvest it in March. So in March you harvest 10,000 kilos of sugarcane. That's 4,000 euros. So into the account goes 4,000 euros. So now any educated person will balance out the 4,000 euros over the 12 months and spend accordingly. But if you're not careful, you're going to use all your money up very quickly. Whereas the bananas, you always have bananas coming in, always coming in. So it's always like, 100, 200 euros, 200, 300 euros every month. So you can't spend the 4,000 all at once. You got to spend it wisely. And that's where the misperception is that, sugarcane isn't as profitable, but it is. It's just as much. The work is once a month, a month of the year, basically. Okay. So it's really, it's really balances itself out. I believe that we both sections have got problems. The sugarcane and the bananas will have their problems, but it is profitable. However, besides the farmers, it's also the age group. You got 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds bringing sugarcane. They've had enough. It's hard work. they can't get people to work. No one wants to work. You know, we are a socialist country, so you know, it doesn't help. The countries are very going for bullshit. So you know, nobody wants to work, but everybody wants money. So the few that work have to put up with the rest. Anyway, we're not going to go into politics. Besides that, there's also the problem with the tourism. There's a huge growth of tourism, and the foreigners that come here come with money, and a lot of them are buying property. So land that used to have sugarcane is being bought for like amounts that are ridiculous, and we are losing sugarcane. For example, last year we produced 10,600 kilos of sugarcane, the whole island, 10,600. This year we then reached 9,000. So that's 1,600 tons of sugarcane that has been lost. So, and the demand for sugarcane has grown. So, I mean, you know, there is a demand, there's a huge demand for sugarcane, but it's not easy.
Have you petitioned the government to kind of make it more difficult to repurpose sugarcane land just for properties?
But you know, if you know, the farmer, he owns the land. You use the government to say they can't sell land. You know, it's a fine line. You know, you know, you can't really control what the farmer does with the land, unfortunately. What I am doing is I'm looking for land. I'm busy negotiating at the moment for like land that people don't actually want to sell. They just want to rent out. And then I've got a farmer that wants to take care of the sugarcane. So basically, he will grow the sugarcane for me. I pay him everything, and I do everything like normal. And so with that alone, I should be getting an extra 50 tons. And I'm also looking for property and buying my own sugarcane. Did you guys get to see my plantation? I've got a small little plantation of sugarcane. This year I produced 5,600 kilos of sugarcane. So next year I'm hoping to do about 8,000 kilos of sugarcane. So it's small, but you know, I want to. It's an experiment for me.
How much sugarcane are you getting per year in total?
Me myself?
No, like how the part that's yours versus the part that you buy from other people.
No, I mean, look, I bought 280 tons of sugarcane, 300 tons of sugarcane this year, and basically five tons was my own.
Okay,
So yeah, I'm still very far off. Again, capital is the biggest problem. Money is always the biggest problem. You know, it's it's everything's expensive. The properties have gone up. So you know, if you don't own the property now, you kind of screwed. So.
But then I'm curious because Madeira is still a relatively small island, I would say, with a lot of distilleries, especially for such as I think a lot. But taking in consideration how big is Madeira, I don't know how many distilleries, rum distilleries are there. 5 big, like
Five.
Yeah,
Five.
them lucky guess. But does it then generate some kind of conflicts between you because you need to, I know, be the lobbyist and get the best quality sugarcane?
There's already a price war going on. The quality of sugarcane, no one's looking at the moment. We're just happy to get sugarcane. Unfortunately, this year I got shocking sugarcane. Which was not cleaned properly. I phoned the farmer. I told him, "Listen, what's this shit? How can you give me such?" It still had the stems of the sugarcane. It wasn't like bad quality, but it was still not cleaned properly. He told me straight on the phone. He said, "Look, you're not happy. Let me know. I'll deliver it to somebody else." So this is the kind of attitude that I get. So right now there is a price war. We're paying 36 cents a kilo of sugarcane, whereas you know Martinique or any of the other sugarcane producing countries, you can get it for 3, 4, 5 cents a kilo. You know, so it's quite a bit of a huge difference. Again, because of the harvesting. For those that haven't been here, but there is an island with it's mountainous island, so it's very difficult to harvest the sugarcane and expensive. And It doesn't help that we got lazy cunts. Excuse my French. Excuse my, you know. But everybody's lazy here. Nobody wants to work. Everybody wants money. Sorry, we just had our elections, so I'm a bit upset that yeah. Anyway, we're not going to go into politics. I've drank too much. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to talk anymore. Next, 6-year-old.
6-year-old.
6-year-old. Apparently someone someone called it the unicorn, the Reizinho, the Madeira unicorn, because it's very difficult to find the 6-year-old. You guys are quite lucky because Germany bought everything, so you guys are right there. You can actually, you guys have got access to more of my 6-year-old than I do. You can actually order 6-year-old from the German distributors there. If you look up a 6-year-old rum, Madeira Reizinho, you can find it there. It goes for about 100 to 125 euros a bottle. Good bargain.
I can see already all the people who want to buy this one.
Yeah, no, it is my creme de la creme.
So when is the next batch coming? In 3 years?
The next 6-year-old. Sorry, what was the question?
Yes, when is the next batch of 6-year-old coming?
The 6-year-old. A year and a half. So not this February, the next year February. So 2025. It will be the single cask, that 660 liter.
Which month? Because I will already book flights to Madeira.
I'll probably bottle it in March or April. So come to the next rum fest, not this one run, the following one.
Okay, I have to write it down to my calendar. So yeah, wait for us. We will help you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
So 6-year-old, right?
Yes, for the 6-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. I like this one.
It's quite nice. My cousin and I finished the bottle once. I woke up, I was perfectly fine, no headache. Sorry, my dog wants to go outside. My battery's going dead. So, any more questions?
Yeah,
Are
well,
there some months that you're not going to your distillery because everything is already distilled? You cannot look in the barrel and basically there's nothing to do about rum?
Sorry, say that again?
Are there some months you're not even going to your distillery because other than like checking if nothing is leaking because there's nothing for you to do there?
So yeah, look, I would say the quietest month that I've got is probably July and August. That's where I go a bit mad. So I just miss my distillery. But there's always little things to do, you know. In July, I go to do the paperwork. There's always little things to do. But if I had to say that the quietest months, it would definitely be April and July and August.
Do
Then
you do
comes
anything
Christmas.
with the liquid or just like on the paper promotion stuff like that?
Sorry, say again.
Do you do anything with the liquid, like production, tasting, whatever, or no? It just
No.
it stays there and you sit in the office just doing paperwork and
Yeah, I'd usually just sit there doing paperwork, sales and everything. The reason being is I don't want to taste the rum for the first 6 months, unless I have to do an urgent bottling, which is what's happening now. I don't like bottling my rum so early, but for the poncha, but there's a huge demand for poncha, for white rum. So unfortunately, it's not resting for 6 months, but at least 2 months it does rest. So I'm happy with that. But ideally, I would like to leave it resting for just 6 months before I bottle it. So
and
yeah.
you put some markings of a batch on a bottle, like for example, to distinguish the bottle of resting 2 months and 6 months by some tiny letters on the bottle, or there are no
On the bottles, no. I do have the lot number. So when I have the lot number, I can tell you pretty much how old it is or where it is. But that's just
okay. But
that's
you're
my
the only one who can like.
yeah. I'm the only one that will know the difference. Sorry, I saw some comment that someone's coming in 2 weeks' time. You're welcome to come and visit. Please do. I think someone did say much earlier on. Somebody said that they were coming here. Please, if you guys are here in the neighborhood, pop by. We'll have a glass or two. Nice.
Oh, getting the last one. Okay. 3-year-old castrate.
The 61.2.
Yes.
Okay, that one I've already had. I thought you had it already. Whoops. Okay, but basically, cast strength. If you don't have the 6-year-olds, that's my favorite. Gun to my head, that's definitely a very, very popular one. Also very popular in Germany. They also bought quite a bit. These bloody Germans have got the buying power, so they buy everything.
I have a question. I'm not that sophisticated rum taster, so I will use vocabulary that I know from different areas. There is something that I will call like sulfur smell. Am I right? Is it something that
from the
could be there?
barrels? Yeah,
It's from the barrels.
from the barrels.
Okay, because I remember I bought like the 6-year-old from you, and also 3 years old, and also some other. It was a great visit, I need to say, and I was surprised with this that it was really intense back there. So maybe it also somehow varies from barrel to barrel or bottle to bottle. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember that I was kind of surprised because it was super intense.
Yes, some of them is. You got to realize that also it depends on the ABV. So the stronger the ABV, the more sulfur it will pick up. Okay, so those barrels are cleaned with sulfur. So and then washed and washed and washed. So unfortunately, I can't risk having something infecting it. So I have to clean it with sulfur. So, but it does make it a bit of a pleasant smell. I think it's not like too imposing. It's quite a nice. It's in my opinion, obviously.
I also love it, but some whiskey people I have shown you rum like were complaining that it's too much sulfur. So
too much sulfur.
Depends on the perspective.
Yeah, depends on the perspective.
I actually like it. I even like very sulfur, like Spanish brandy. So apparently I'm a weirdo who likes sulfur.
No, honestly, I think it's our generation, because we kind of look at more or less the same age. And I don't know about you, but I always played with matches, and I've always liked playing. I always like the smell of matches. I always like that smell of the sulfur burning and everything. So I think it's our generation that just likes matches and playing with fire.
Tiny pyromaniacs.
There you go.
Cheers to that.
The last decent generation.
This is my first best, first good.
Actually, when I'm giving the samples to people, that doesn't work. To people from the rum and whiskey world, I'm usually giving them a try of your rum because it's like very much unknown, and like that's something that many people would like and didn't encounter before. Yeah. So this is maybe not the party trick, but that's what I usually give people in samples. More of that than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of my favorites. When I don't have the 6-year-old, I usually like the cask strength, the 61s.
Also, I think Chris, the first time he tried was from a sample from me, the Reizinho, 3-year-old cask strength.
Sorry, I didn't hear that part.
No, the Chris, when he tried for the first time, the Reizinho was probably a small sample from me, but he was really unhappy that the sample was small.
Yeah. Exactly. Pedro, he gave me, I don't know, maybe 5 milliliters, maybe.
Oh no!
Yes, like that's a lie. It was like around 15 because I was not knowing before and that I met him, so it was my personal visit. I had it like abroad with me as a snack.
It was the smallest bottle I ever seen in my life.
It was half of a 20 milliliter bottle. Yeah.
Oh well, you're gonna have to get some more when you come.
Okay, guys, do you have any questions to Pedro?
Are you planning to be present on some RAM festivals across Europe? Is there something
Actually, I
that
was about to say I'm going to go to the UK Rumfest in October. Anybody
See you
going?
soon.
Oh,
cool.
3 weeks from now.
Yeah, 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, you know, business-wise, I mean, budget-wise, you know, I gotta be very selective. And this is thanks to IFBAM, the institute that governs us. So they actually paying for everything. I just had to pay for the flight and accommodation, and just to put the bottles there, so I don't have to worry about the stand and anything, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to go. I mean, last year we went to Germany. The year before we went to France. They huge help. As much as a pain in the ass they are sometimes, they're actually very good at what they do.
So you're choosing one festival a year, basically?
Pretty much, yeah. I've got the budget for one festival a year.
And do you see some business impact of being present on such events?
I'm hoping UK. Last year's Berlin wasn't as good as I hoped. I think Berlin's just too big, too confusing. I've never been to the UK one. Let's hope it's better. But then again, I don't know. My German suppliers not too happy with the sales. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I will change it just after this call. I will change their opinion.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's but I'm hoping. I mean, my problem with the English is there's still a lot that go for, you know, your spiced rum. So, you know, liqueurs, basically for me, spiced rum is liqueurs. So I'm hoping to change that. You know, I've got Peter Holland, who's a great ambassador for my rum. So I think he'll be a great help to promote my rum.
Will you be
And
more batches with that boutique rum company?
Sorry?
Would you be releasing more rums with Peter Holland? Because I guess that's much easier to get in UK than your real rums, like original.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how it goes with Peter's brand blend. I've still got another 700 liters to bottle, so I can bottle some more. But definitely, you know, he's a good friend. I've always valued his advice, so definitely won't be losing contact with him anytime soon.
Just a quick question, Chris. Which bottling of this 3-year-old cask strength do you have? The current one or the previous one?
Previous one, 61.2.
Okay.
How many were there in total?
3-year-olds?
Yeah.
It depends on the year, right?
Yeah, exactly. You guys, that 61, I got the 61.2, the 62.6, which is the latest one now. It's I only bottled like about 4 months ago. Then the cognac cask sold out, and then I've got the 45 standard. And then the Peter Holland blend.
How many batches of 3-year-old? There were only 2, 61.2 and the new one?
And the
You have it on the back label, or there should be the number of
mine
bottles,
is like
right?
13/20. Is it the same one?
What's the ABV?
61.2, but it's like lot 13/20.
Yeah, so that was 20 bottle in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it the same as Chris? There was only one 61.2?
Yeah, it's the same as Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. The only thing that changes is the ABV.
So, but like ABV changes every time.
Every time. I don't dilute, I don't put anything. For example, I'm not sure if I'm going to bottle, but if I do bottle this year's rum, it's going to be 60.7. So it varies up and down.
But you know, those 60.
Sorry?
You normally don't go below 60. I remember like from 970, I had the like 63% from them, and it was fantastic. And I tried 55%, and it was nowhere as good.
No, the lowest I've gone now is the 57.3 with the Peter Holland Brilliant. So that's pretty much as low as I go, unless I'm going for the commercial part where it's 45% across the board. So yeah, basically it's just all cask strength.
There's a tricky question on the chat, Pedro, to you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Maderian rum that is not produced by you?
Did you guys ever get to go to put the cruise to the Bell for lunch? Okay. So basically there's
Once again, which one?
a Bell for lunch in Porto Cruz.
This is a little family which have they ram the barrels in the garage.
Yes.
Yeah, I
You-
was. Yeah,
You
yeah.
was okay. So if I had to choose, I would have to choose him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they haven't bottled yet. They had, I don't know, they keep having problems. I don't know if it's between the family or I don't know what the problems are, but they haven't bottled. But I've been fortunate enough to go there because we're good friends, and I've drank and crawled out of there several times. So yeah, if I had to choose, it would be their rum. If you're asking me bottled rums, if I had to choose a bottled rum, it would be Caleta, the one in the bottom, enjoying the Caleta de Sociedades. They're the ones that are most similar to mine. So yeah, they're my second favorite, let me put it that way.
Are the super old Madeiran rums? Because there's one guy in like the east that has like 30 or 20-year-old Madeiran rum, all right?
That's
Is it like
that's the
available
one.
somewhere?
That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I'm talking about. We're good friends, about Fernandes. Unfortunately, I think he's like 85, 86 years old, and the sons aren't getting along, so they're not getting they're not getting along basically. So they're not bottling, and they've stopped production. They haven't produced in the last 4 or 5 years. They haven't produced any rum, but they've got rum that's like 25, 30 years old. And
But
it's
that's
amazing.
basically the only rum in Madeira that's older than 12-year-old, right?
Yeah. They've got the oldest rum collection in Madeira. Definitely. I know that Feria, Shota Feria, they've launched one that was like, I think it's 15 years old, and it's not theirs. It's actually Bel Fernandes. So they basically sold it to them. But you know, at least it's
Has
getting
Bella
out there.
Fernandes ever bottled or like now?
No, they had a few problems with lawyers and bottling, and I'm not 100% sure exactly what happened, but they did have problems. So they haven't bottled yet, but I would buy my own bottle. I would buy a bottle if they did. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Nice.
But is this the garage from the picture or not?
That's the garage, yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. They have really much rum.
Yeah, and very, very nice people.
Yeah, really, it is. You know, when we when we was in a lunch in their house and the tasting, after we drink all of these rums, they gave they bring, after the tasting, they bring food, you know. After we have to go there.
After you've gone completely out of it.
So yeah, but after that we have to go already because Patricia had some other meetings. and we had to go to festival. So we didn't eat anything.
Oh no.
But yeah, I like them very much. Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, nice. Okay. I'll try to give me a second. What did I do now? Give me a second. What do you see? Okay. I try to show the film
Okay.
which I did from your distillery. Give me a second. Okay, can you see that? Can you see the film?
I can.
Okay, I'm just curious, is it work?
Just a little bit of sugar cane. Someone sneaking in a drink there.
Definitely no spirit saved. And what is your steel strength?
Sorry?
What is your steel strength? So when you distill,
Average is 60, starts at 80, average is 60.
okay. So do you dilute it before putting in the barrels?
Sorry?
Do you dilute it before putting in the barrels or not?
Do I? Sorry, do I?
Do you add water before putting in the barrels?
No. Straight in. 60.
For me, it's very surprising from the freshness of aguardiente. It's quick disappear when you're going step by step from the special edition to the wine cask, cognac cask, and it disappears so quickly. And our barrels, it gives so much aromas in that 3 years. It's so surprising.
Yeah, the Madeira wine is very dominant. So it's got a lot of strength in it. So it does influence right away the white rum. I want to try doing with a virgin barrel, so basically a barrel that's got no influence whatsoever, to see what comes out of it. But that will be a experiment. If I don't like it, then I'll just
Daje
tweak
z
it.
siebie. Do pomocy ma tylko chłopców, którzy zajmują się wyciskaniem trzciny cukrowej. Tam mamy trzcinę cukrową. On tam sobie leży na podjeździe i czeka. Ta trzcina cukrowa potem tutaj trafia do wyciskarki. Te wyciskarki tędy sobie, tutaj akurat jest bałagan, ale śmiga sobie, bierze wyciśnięty sok do tej tutaj wanienki. Bagasa wyskakuje z tyłu z tej wyciskarki, tam na dół, tam stoi, nie wiem czy dobrze widać, ciężaróweczka, do której ląduje bagasa. Tutaj tymi wężownicami, nie wiem czy widać, tymi wężownicami śmiga sobie do fermentatorów. W fermentatorach siedzi to 3, czasami 4 dni. I potem śmiga stamtąd tą właśnie wężownicą różową, czerwoną, co jak zwał, do tam. Ja nie wiem, czy było... Słuchajcie, to był pierwszy chyba mój film nagrany na Maderze, albo drugi, więc go pokaleczyłem na maksa.
To widać, ale najlepsze było, że śmiga sobie do tam. To
No,
bardzo cenne.
nie byłem w stanie tego poprawić już.
Just to answer the question, I use bread yeast. Somebody asked what yeast I use. Just basic bread yeasts for bakeries, just to initiate it. Once it's initiated, then I just don't put any more.
So I understand that it's a, let's call it white fermentation, because you only initiate with
Yes.
let's say, regular yeast. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't use that regular yeast. I just bread yeast. Sorry, I missed that last question.
Yeah, guys, do you have any questions to Pedro?
There was a question that appeared, but I didn't read it in time.
What kind of wine? Przemek, did you ask about this wine cask, Pedro, or not? Okay.
Yes.
There was also a question about the yeast, so I don't know if you already answered that.
Yes. The yeast.
Okay.
So the wine cask, basically Madeira wine. It's all 3 different types of Madeira wine. I'll mix them all together because the barrels. I'll just put all the barrels together and then consider it just one.
Okay.
What are the most exciting plans that you have? What is the biggest thing coming that we should be awaiting, other than new batch of 6-year-olds?
Did you try my cider cask when you were here?
No, the illegal one that was too dark. No, I think I haven't had a chance to.
I have Pedro. Let me ask you something, but let me try to find
The recording first.
this picture. Give me a second. Reizinho. Pictures. What did you give me in this bottle? Give me a second. Do you remember?
Judging by the color, that's probably a cider cask.
I really don't remember, but it was also very good. But I really don't remember what was it.
I would say it's probably the cider cask.
Another
Judging
one
by the
that you have
color.
unlabeled, I think, was like some liquor, right? You did some liquor.
Yes. The cherry liqueur, and then I had the other liqueur that I haven't bottled yet. It's just a bit overwhelming, a bit much, just like trying to do everything at the same time. A lot of plans, just not enough time to do them. I also got to enjoy life as it is.
Yeah. Okay. Pedro, I want to thank you. Thank you very much. I know how busy you are.
My pleasure.
And that you have a lot of hard work. I saw it, and I know this is hard for you. Yeah. So I want to thank you very much for your time and for telling us these stories and show your distillery. I hope we'll come to your distillery next year. I'm already planned the trip and trying to find some hotels and flights, everything. So I think you should expect us next year together.
Honestly, thank you very much. You guys make it much easier. I mean, you guys like family, so it's like I enjoy. You guys make my work much more enjoyable. And it's, yes, it is hard work, but I really love it because it's you guys make it easy. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you very much.
One last quick question. When I asked about the exciting thing, you said side cast. Will you be able to bottle it? Because I remember there were problems with color. Will you resolve that and bottle it? Or it will be a secret distillery only?
You'll have to wait until this when you're coming, April. You're gonna have to come in April to see.
So it will be distillery only, not bottled.
No, it will be bottled. It will be bottled.
Ah, cool.
It will be. Yeah. It will be.
So we have to come to Madeira with big cases, probably.
There you go.
Take the
That's the
good
idea.
thing it's European Union, so
That's
if we allow
idea.
10 liters in the suitcase.
10 liters
10
is
liters,
about 20 or 30 bottles. Yeah, am I right?
Yes, yes. Your biggest problem will be the weight. The weight's the problem, not the bottles.
I highly recommend plastic vodka bottles like that are half a liter ones because they weigh 50 grams instead of 700 grams. So you can pack much more alcohol in your suitcase and it won't crash.
Remember that I have some plastic bags.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
We will talk about that. Yeah, exactly. Okay. One more time. Thank you very much.
Guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Take care. Pedro, do what you do because you are very, very good in it.
Thank you.
And yeah, see you next time. I hope, and see you in April. I hope we'll be in touch.
Definitely.
And I will send you an email or message when we come to your place. Okay.
Great. Thank you very much.
We will help you some at your work. Okay.
Okay, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
This is the
Bye.
time
Thank you.
when we
Thank you. Good work.
this is the time when we turn on the Polish language because after listening we have such of after party and we talk about RAM, talk about the meeting and some like
bullshit.
No problem. Enjoy it.
So if you want, you can stay with us. You can stay with.
No, I gotta go up to the kids and the family and everything. So,
Yeah.
but thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Enjoy
thank
it,
you,
guys.
Thanks. Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, Pedro. Ciao.
To wyłączysz nagrywanie i możemy plotkować.
Tak. Poczekaj, bo to nie tylko nagrywanie, jeszcze transmisja.
No właśnie.
Dobrze, to wypada się chyba jakoś pożegnać z tymi, co nie na czacie. Dziękuję bardzo za oglądanie i widzimy się następnym razem. Cześć. Jezus, tak głupio słuchajcie, jak takie rzeczy robię. Słuchajcie,
Szybko załatwiłeś to.
Na live.
To co mam jeszcze mówić? Zatrzymaj nagrywanie.